Well, let's discuss this now with the architect and fire safety expert, Sam Webb, who is the co-founder of Tower Blocks UK. It's a network for people with concerns about tower block housing safety, and joins us from Cambridge. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. So a change of heart from the government on this. Do you welcome that?
Yes, we do. But as your last speaker said, why has it taken 2 years? And this is only part of the problem. There are a number of other buildings clad in other types of cladding, such as that used at Cladding House, which was involved in a terrible fire in 2009. That's 10 years ago. And the warnings were put out then. If this happens in the middle of the night, the death toll, which at Cladding House was 6, would be 10 or 12 times as high because people would be asleep. And nothing is being done about that type of cladding.
So you're saying this doesn't go far enough, and are you also saying this £200 million that essentially the government needs to spend a lot more money than that?
Yes. I mean, there are other buildings as well that we've discovered in our research, large panel system buildings. That is the Ronan Point type of construction, and there are a lot of those. Some of them have been overclad, some have had gas supplies fitted in them, and in some cases the piping for the mains gas runs in the gap behind the insulation and the wall of the building, the outside wall of the building, and that's the gap that you actually had in Grenfell Tower. So if there's a fire there which sets the cladding, outside cladding, on fire, what happens to that gas piping that's in a space between that cladding and the building?
So you're really saying that this isn't just about cladding, it's also about other aspects of tower blocks. It's about the location of gas supplies, it's about fire safety doors and so on.
Yes. In the 1980s, when I was investigating Ronan Point, and I worked with Francis Clark, who's one of the co-founders of Tower Blocks UK with me, we were asked to look at lots of blocks of flats, not just in London, but all over the country. What struck us was the poor state of the common areas, like broken fire doors, fire doors which didn't actually shut properly in some cases, some that were missing completely. Now, that is something which exists now. After the Cladding House fire, it was discovered incidentally through the BBC and Inside Housing magazine, that in London and throughout the UK, fire risk assessments weren't properly being carried out by local authorities and building owners. That puts everybody in those buildings at risk.
Okay, very good to talk to you and get your analysis. Thank you very much, Sam Webb there, architect and fire safety expert.